Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Stalingrad. Our heroes today are going to be Crazyman64335, trademark, playing as the Ostir or Wehrmacht faction in the red. And his opponent in the blue is going to be Mr. Insane C++, playing as the US forces. Now, Insane C++, you might not recognize that name, but maybe you recognize it as it goes by another, as Dev M. Playing as the US forces. If the name sounds familiar, it should, because he's a really fucking good player. But yeah, should be a good game. We got Crazyman building his tier 1 right off the bat, getting the Doctrine of the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, and getting a Assault Grenadier squad off onto the field right away. Also, Crazyman doing some good old VCO or Company Heroes 1 habits, building his tier 1 very close to the edge of the map. Actually helps out quite a bit, as he can retreat a little bit over here and reinforce if he's pushed all back. So there's still some benefits in doing that, even though the unit comes out of, the edge of the map. Devem, for his part, has gone for rifles and more rifles, as the US forces probably will. I mean, I don't think there's anything in the books for them to tech or call-ins. I guess you could go for the assault engineer call-in maybe instead of rifles if you're going that direction, but it's not that great, I suppose. So anyways, right-hand side, rear echelon and rifles catching a Pio. Squad down to 2 men, forced to retreat. No biggie. And we see Mr. Devim selecting his own doctrine, and that is the Rifle Company, calling in a veteran rifle squad right away. So we got 2 standard rifles and a veteran rifle squad. Comes out with veteran C1. And of course, this gives access to all the rifles to get the flamethrower upgrade. Center map, we hear another engagements. Grens and rifles engaging at a little bit of long range here. Rifles are in the losing end of that engagement, but they are not being engaged anymore, as the Grens just move back a little bit. Far left-hand side, Assault Grens and Rifles engaging at close range. The Assault Grens are losing here, down to 1 man. Almost get killed off. Rifles took a bit of damage there, down to 3 men, but they're still holding on. And we see a second Gren squad on the field for Crazyman, and then following it up with a mortar. That's a very interesting choice. Usually you would expect the MG42 to already be out and not kicking, but shooting. But no, I mean, no MG for Crazyman, and he goes for a mortar from tier 1. Interesting. Center map, rear echelon squad getting pushed away by a Pio. Grenadiers in the center retreating as well, as the rifles got on top of them, managing to kill one of the riflemen, but losing, I suppose, the engagement. And more movement on the left-hand side.
Alright, here's the thing.
Pios kind of chasing down a rear echelon squad, getting caught by a rifle squad, getting one of their men killed and forced to retreat. And Crazyman not having an easy time of holding territory, or, well, not really holding territory, but having a presence on the field. Pretty much everything is currently back at base. Mortar is out, but not doing too much. Only thing on the field right now is on the far right-hand side, a Grand Squad going for the victory point, while Mr. Devim holds a lot of things in the center. Considering no tech, yeah, he's going to be going for the Lieutenant, since we don't see any additional units past the 3rd Rifleman. And do we see tech going down? Yes, we do. We see Battle Phase 1 getting selected for Mr. Crazyman. He's crazy now. That's how they understand. Rifles popping into the big warehouse. Gotta get shot up by some Grens behind, and oh, they're actually taking some nasty mortar shots there. It's a big house though, so the rifles inside should be relatively safe as far as taking damage from the mortar itself, but the mortar, of course, can quickly collapse the structure. And you can see that it's just impacting on the roof, and the guys inside aren't really taking that much damage. So Gren's forced away. Second Gren squad still engaging. They do have some heavy cover by that wrecked tank. Rifles pop out of the other side and retreat. Mortar still getting some shots off as it can. Far left-hand side, we have Piles with flamethrowers and the Mechanized... Why do I say Mechanized Assault? The Assault Engineers. It's the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, but those are just Assault. I mean, Mecha Assault Grenadiers would be fucking awesome. Yeah. Lieutenant coming out into the field. Rifle squad behind it for support. Assault Grens trying to engage it. They decided to keep their distance, which will basically win them the engagement. And the Assault Grens are in heavy cover, so they'll take a little bit of a beating, but with their SMGs, they're not really able to dish out pretty much of any damage, and the assault range will quickly lose. They managed to pick up a rifle kill there, one guy, but that's about it. Utility car now in the field for Devon. He's going to push forward, gets itself upgraded with those sexy skirts, and is now going to be pushing around. Not a lot that the assault grunts could do about that, so they do end up retreating. Grunts are, however, around. They can, of course, always Faust, so the utility car does have a bit of a... it has to be rather careful is what I want to say. The utility car and lieutenant pushing away another Grunt squad. Everybody back at base now for Mr. Crazyman. He has nothing on the field right now, but he is building tier 2. At tier 2, he has access to either the 222, which, you know, could do pretty okay against the utility car, or at the very least get a pack gun to try to catch it. Utility car, though, laying down a mine right there in the center. These are anti-tank mines, and unless I'm mistaken, they work basically like tellers, where infantry are not going to detonate it. Grens engaging the lieutenant pretty up close. The Thompson submachine gun in the bar doing a lot of damage there. Mortar shot lands on the lieutenant, forces the retreat, right-hand side. Assault Grens engaging against rifles. The rifles winning the engagement again because, well, they are assault Grens after all. And more elite, or, well, not elite rifles, that's elite rifle training, calls in a veteran rifle squad. So more veteran rifle squads coming onto the field. As the guy over here takes a mortar to the face. Utility car coming up for a flank on the Grens. The Grens are very low in health. One man on one squad, one man on the second. Does get in range, or does get set up for a Faust. Gets the Faust off, gets the retreat. Can it actually pick up the kill? Well, it's going to be enough to get the kill on the 222. 222 is getting shot up by the 50 cal. Popping some smoke, trying to break line of sight, but there's nothing nearby to support it. The 222 can just simply push forward, get itself on the other side, and the crew should pop out. Yeah, there it goes. Crew pops out, the truck goes down, bazooka shot flies, hits the 222, the 222 backs off, but at least the squad and the bazooka are intact. Nice reaction there by Devem. It was the right call at that point. Could have potentially popped out a little bit earlier and done the repair critical to see if he could maybe get away. And it may have worked, considering, you know, how long it took for the 222 to get through. But, you know, I guess he thought otherwise. So anyways, left-hand side, Pio's getting engaged by riflemen. Rifleman squad, veteran rifle squad, now getting upgraded with a flamethrower. And once one gets upgraded, pretty much everybody else falls in tow. We do have the ambulance on the field for Mr. Devon. Of course, he's going to be healing up his troops whenever possible. But like I said, nobody actually uses the truck out in the field. I mean, I kind of like using that earlier on, but I guess I don't play enough to know that it's probably not good. But yeah, like kind of using it like a half track to be able to reinforce during combat in situations like that. But, oh well. So, Crazyman managing to push forward. Assault Gren's going to go for the center victory point. Far right-hand side, we also have another Gren squad capturing the victory point itself. Victory points are 333 for Crazyman, 482 for Devon. We have the rifles and the lieutenant pushing forward. The assault Grens are going to lose that engagement very easily. We have a rifle squad with flamethrower and one without coming up for kind of a flank. Not exactly, but getting themselves behind the enemy. Getting right on top of that mortar. The mortar taking a lot of damage to that flamethrower. Flamethrower will be taking it out. The mortar is cleared. 222 is right in front of it, though, so it's a very risky move to try and take it, and it looks like Devon is not going to fall for it. He's not going to go for the bait. Can be recovered easily by Crazyman, but at least it, I guess, it loses a little bit of its experience acquired. Pios with flamethrowers, engaging the rifle squad with flamethrowers. Let's see which flamethrower is strongest. It looks like the rifles as the Pios instantly retreat. 222 still harassing. We do have the bazooka on one of the, on the vehicle crew. Not currently in this engagement though, so not gonna be a factor, but we'll see. And the major has been called onto the field for Mr. Devem. Crazyman's squads look rather low. Did he lose a grunt squad? I think he may have lost a grunt squad. I'll take a look, and if it happened, it'll be already shot. Anyways, engagement over on the right-hand side. Grunt squad getting caught by 3 squads at the same time. Hell, even the bazooka and the SMGs from the crew getting some shots in there, but it makes it out of there, so it's just fine. Panzer Grenadier getting produced for Mr. Crazyman to bolster his numbers.
Welcome to the Death Factory, boys. Stick with me and you
And on the far left-hand side, we have the assault grunts and the 222 moving together.
Tracking on 300 points. The capture point is being overrun.
So the major is on the field for Devon. Is it actually doing anything? Well, it's being rather aggressive, I suppose, and it's going into the center of the map. And we see the recon flight getting called in for Devon. Very nice. Again, one of those abilities and situations where a lot of people don't use the abilities of the major. Maybe because they don't like them or they forget, but I mean, you always have that 50 munition recon. Left-hand side. Lieutenant popping into that big house. Rifles coming up behind it with some flamethrowers. Assault grenadiers. Forced to retreat. Looks like they may have wanted to grenade, but they weren't able to throw the barrage. And the 222 is forced back. Grens, Pios in the center moving around. Not much going on. We have a rifle squad hold up inside the big warehouse. Down to 2 men. Could potentially die here. Do have the LMGs on that Gren and Storm Pios. Not Storm Pios. they're kind of like Storm Pios, but they're Panzer Grenadiers. Killing off a rifle squad for Devon. Unfortunate there, but I mean, I guess he wasn't going to be able to save it, so he just left it there to delay. Grand squad getting caught by a rifle squad with a flamethrower, taking a lot of damage there. Down to 2 men, maybe even 1 on the retreat. No, both make it out of there. On the left-hand side, the 222 engaging the rifles. Flamethrower doing, quite a bit. There goes the rifle, anti-tank rifle grenade, killing the 222. And we now have a vehicle-less battlefield, which won't last like that for long, as we see Devon going for a Sherman. Vehicle crew falling up inside the warehouse once again. LMGs and the Panzer Grenadiers beside it, getting some shots in there. Crew is veteran and, of course, has a bazooka. Could actually be utilized to pop inside the Sherman and give the veterancy bonuses. Just a little less than might have gotten, but, you know, it still works. Bit of a waste of a bazooka, I suppose, but, you know, doesn't actually need it just yet. Do see the Stuggy getting called in, though, as, of course, Crazyman has gone for the Mechanized Assault Doctrine. Oh, Panzer Grenadier Squad getting caught here by rifles. Can they actually pick up the kill? Very low health. Oh, shots flying still in its direction. Oh, barely makes it out of there. Stuggy moving up, taking a shot, instantly killing 5 men in 1 blow, apparently.
Sherman ready.
How does it have 5 kills already? Holy shit. That is not 5 men, that's only 2. So what did it kill? 5 infantry, wow. That is surprising. Okay, so everything retreating. Still have rifles just spattered around. Anti-tank rifle grenades are always a threat. Sorry. And we do have the Sherman on the field. Sherman, of course, very, very good against the Stuggy. The Stuggy really can't do too much against a Sherman. Sherman, of course, having access. Oh, nice shot there by the Sherman. Killing off a Pios squad, so no flamethrowers anymore. And that also means no repairs for Crazyman, so he needs to get another Pios squad. Otherwise, that Stuggy won't be long for this world. So our map grants capping. Right-hand side, we still have, wow, now we have the Major inside that warehouse. So it looks like Devon's tactic here is to stay in that warehouse as often as he can. Deny it to his opponent, I suppose. More veteran rifle squads getting called in for Devon. Of course, he's not going to stop calling those in to use that manpower whenever he doesn't have really much else to do, I suppose. And a Grand Squad in the center, almost getting killed off by a vehicle crew. Vehicle crew feeling pretty proud of itself. They don't need no tank. And on the right-hand side, the Major is retreating as it took some damage to the Grens. Rifles pushing forward with the flamethrower. The Sherman is going to be coming up for support. Grens instantly retreating as they do not want anything to do with the flames. And the Stuggy is moving around in the center. We do have a pack gun, of course. Pack gun on the field for Crazyman, covering the left-hand side. Panzer Grenadiers engaging a rifle squad, hold up inside this house. It's an unfortunate situation that doesn't have any windows on that side, which of course is deliberate, but you know, makes it so that nobody actually takes any shots there. Stuggy moving up to the right-hand side, takes a shot, misses, and the rifles just move back. The Sherman is currently sitting around in the center, so it's not in any immediate danger. Stuggy, that is. And on the left-hand side, Panzer Grenadiers, capping some more territory. Rifles with the flamethrower popping in. This house finally has some windows from which they can shoot. And even though they, you know, there's only 3-on-3 essentially because of the windows. Pathing OP, so it looks like while I was looking at that, the Sherman went down. So let me write that down so we can at least see it, and we didn't miss that. But apparently pathing was an issue, and the Sherman goes down for Devon. That is actually pretty bad. He's gonna have a bad time now. So the Stuggy pretty much has free reign now. I can't even see where the carcass is. On the far right-hand side, was it this one? Yeah, it doesn't look like that. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We saw it on the replay. I'm gonna catch that. Oh, there it is. But yeah, doesn't matter. So anyways, Crazyman retreating from the field. The Stuggy is now unopposed. Gonna be having some fun times with it. However, of course, we you know, we will probably get another Sherman relatively quickly. Does need 140 fuel for it, so actually no, that's probable. He's 110. But that's the ECA, yeah. He needs stuff. So we'll see which one he got, because he actually just got the normal one. He didn't go for the passive one. That was it. So anyways, Stuggy, right-hand side. Oh, gets a nice shot off there on that rifle squad. Rifle squad down to one man. Should actually be retreating. I don't think Devon has noticed that it's a one-man squad. Maybe he just doesn't care. I guess he doesn't care too much. And which one is getting built then? It is the standard Sherman. Yeah, he's actually going for the standard Sherman, not the EC8. So it's an interesting choice. But yeah. Also remember that the EC8 got changed so that it is not a call-in. It lets you build one. So you actually do have to build, you know, tier 3, I suppose, or major, and be able to get it that way. But yeah. Anyways, I'm all over the place here. I'm missing a lot of stuff, but doesn't look like too much is happening. We have some engagements going on. Rifle grenades going off on the Stuggy. Stuggy backing off, getting some more kills. I mean, the Stuggy is already up to 12 kills. Engagements all over the place. Panzer Grenadiers engaging rifles with flamethrowers. And yeah, that's about it. Looks like maybe a rear echelon squad died at some point. Catch that as well. That it's too difficult to write down at the same time that you're trying to cast. Rifle squad down to one man. Makes it out of there. Panzer Grenadiers unable to finish it off. Left-hand side, we have the Sherman once again on the field. Losing that original Sherman, that was a big blow there to Devon. He needed to keep that on the field, I suppose, but we'll see. Not done yet. So, well, bit of a lull here. Crazyman capturing some more territory with his troops, moving out a little bit. Pack gun still covering the rear. Sherman is on the field, taking some shots at the approaching infantry. Gren's forced to retreat because it's a tank and they're Grens. But, yeah, I mean, I suppose Crazyman really just has to wait for the Tiger. Does need 100 more fuel, so it's going to be quite a while, so we'll see if he decides to go for something else, another Stuggy perhaps in the meantime, or if he's just going to save up. Probably considering, you know, that it's a Tiger, I'm assuming he's probably going to be just waiting. Sherman on the right-hand side, pushing away another Gren squad. Crazyman not wanting to lose any squads needlessly, really. Just retreating. Pios now have sweepers and are on the field. Those are, of course, just there to cap some territory, clean up some mines if they find some, and primarily repair the Stuggy whenever needed. Rifles in the center are capping, so Devon, however, does have a triple cap going against Mr. Crazyman. And Crazyman is down to 150 points, while Devon is sitting comfortably at 450. Now, this is a 300-point lead, so even with the loss of that Sherman, I mean, Devon is in a pretty comfortable spot right now where he can really just wait, and you know, he has a lot of time. If things go south, he can regroup and has a lot of time to come back from any unfavorable situation. Whereas Crazyman, well, he's quickly running out of time. Finally see on the left-hand side, Assault Grenadiers trying to go for the cap. They are pushed away and unable to do so, but the Grens on the far right-hand side will be able to decap that point and slow down the bleed. But I mean, he's going to be very close to 100 points very quickly, or very soon. Oh, Stuggy getting a nice shot there on the rifles. Rifles down to 2 men, forced to retreat. Second rifle squad moving up behind it. This one does not have a flamethrower. Only have 2 with flamethrowers. Not sure if that's a now or at all. Ooh, interesting. And we see Devon back-teching to a captain. Captain is now out on the field. And I suppose it's a good option. Gives him more access to bazookas. He also has that vehicle crew, so yeah, I mean, it's nice. I'm not exactly sure why he goes for that. I guess just to have access to the AT guns, because I don't. Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, Devon, keeping a cool head, knowing that it is not a bad thing to back tech at all. A lot of times you need to do that. And he decides to go for the captain tech and get himself an AT gun to be able to combat both the Stuggy and, of course, the inevitable Tiger, because he knows, of course, well, since he has the Doctrine with the Assault Grens, well, that means he's going to get a Tiger later on. Panzer Grenadiers engaging rifles in the center. Second rifle squad coming up. Oh, nice one, the grenade on top. There you go, forces the retreat. Ooh, even catches 2 on the retreat. Panzer Grenadier squad will get engaged by flamethrowers. Left-hand side, Assault Grens engaging rifles. The rifles taking a lot of damage. Oh, down to 1 man. Oh, a veteran 3 squad goes down. Bit of a lapse in attention there by Devon. Panzer Grenadier squad in the center, maybe going down. No, flamethrower burst needed to go down to get a couple extra shots in there, and manages to make it out of there. Far right hand side, Gren engaging the captain down to 1 man, but they did manage to take out the Stuggy. Let's go ahead and note that to when it's going to happen, but the Stuggy stayed alive. And it looks like Crazyman will be going for the recovery. Pushes forward, pushes back. Is he going to go for it? Well, he realizes there's nobody nearby, so he could potentially retake that Stuggy. Moves further out. AT gun is sitting right there, so he realizes, okay, no, it would be a bad idea if I go for the Stuggy, because that means I would be basically giving up 3 members there and getting them killed. But the Stuggy is there. Pack gun moves up. Pack gun going to take a shot at the Stuggy. Definitely has to take a shot at the Stuggy. He may be baiting here. He's going to probably wait and see if Devon goes for the cap. Nope. Devon not even going to fall for the trick. He's just going to go ahead and execute that tank, not let it fall into enemy hands. And did we lose another one? No. There we go. Yeah, the Sherman was right there. Took some damage, but it's currently getting repaired. Down to 1 crew member, so it can't actually be recrewed by them. They need a little bit of help, but it's still alive. It's not out. And we see another Sherman getting produced for Devon. That is the same standard Sherman. So for some reason, Devon not wanting to go for to the EC8s. Are they not worth it anymore because you have to build them and they're not Collins, or is it just a preference thing? I mean, I know there's a price difference in the fuel, obviously. You can fuel more standard Shermans quicker since, that's 30 fuel less. But, like, is it not worth it to wait for that fuel? I don't personally know, I'm just asking. If anybody knows why you would want to go for standard Shermans rather than EC8s other than fuel, let me know. I'd be interested to know. Panzer Grenadiers holding up inside the big warehouse. Warehouse taking a lot of damage. Pack gun taking a shot at the Sherman. The Sherman sitting in front of there, taking some more shots. Down to half health. Needs to back off. Stays there, trying to get some shots off on the Panzer Grenadiers. The Pack gun will get another shot off. Nails it on the retreat. Down to about 25% strength, but it does make it out of there. We have a second Pack gun on the field. That is the second Pack gun on the field, I mean. And, well, no, that's actually... Doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, yeah, we have 2 Pack guns on the field for Crazyman, so he is at least able to withstand an assault, but Crazyman is down to 64 points. Devon putting a lot of pressure on him. He's going to be camping the point on the right-hand side, but currently center point and the left-hand side point are in Crazyman's control. Although the, nope, Assault Grenadiers do manage to push away a rifle squad, even with a flamethrower. And the mortar has gotten better in T2, 9 kills, pretty good. Doing rather well after it got recovered. It's very surprising how games end up coming up to a point where it's just... Is he gonna go for the steal? There's a Sherman right there. The Grens are pushing forward. Stop the Grens! Everybody stop them! Oh! Well, I mean, he's gonna die, but that is a... Oh no, he's getting rear armor hits! That's bad. Oh no. Well, there we go. Wow, these kills it. Still a bad thing there for Devon, but Crazyman going for the steal on the second Sherman and killing it off. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. The crew was down to one man, so it couldn't actually get back into the tank. It needed to reinforce. Probably would have been better at that point to maybe put in a rifle squad or something inside the tank, move it back, and then, you know. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20. He thought he was rather safe back close to his base, but didn't work out. Grenade going off on the assault Gren squad, almost killing it off completely, but the Tiger says, no, no, no. It's not nice to throw grenades at people, so I'm going to shoot you in the face down to one man, and then you're going to all die. Rifle squad down to one man. That one man shitting his pants, managing to make it out of there as he pops into the house and out. Even a mortar shot landing on his face. The Tiger moving around, trying to see if he can spot it, but the rifle squad will be capping or decapping that point. Pack gun, not even going to be taking a shot. Oh, he's going to die. Run! Run! He does run. Can he make it out of there? Yeah, he's going to make it out of there. Jeez. That was very close. Tiger almost wiping it. We do have the vehicle crew and the captain moving up. The captain going to be popping itself inside that house. Going to be able to withstand. Oh, no, it's not going to be able to. Again, the Tiger almost squad wiping an entire crew or entire squad. Down goes the captain, even drops a bazooka on the other side of the house. The vehicle crew with the only remaining bazooka trying to make its way back to the base. As the Sherman and the AT gun trying their best to hold. AT gun goes down to the assault Grens and the assault Grens. Not the assault Grens. Grenadiers with their LMG. And jeez. Rifle squad is going to go for the bazooka. At least the bazooka does get capped there by Devon. Needs to retreat now as the Tiger is going to wipe the squad if it stays there. Down to 3 men. Can they make it out of there? They're very close up, but the Tiger is not going to take a shot, so they'll make it out of there. But whoa, Crazyman turning it around very close. Down to 50 points, but he currently has a triple cap against Devon and has wiped quite a bit. We see Devon calling in again another veteran squad just to be able to hold on and Sherman on the right-hand side. Panzer Grenadier squad forced to retreat. But yeah, I mean, basically Devon had 3 Shermans at this point, and he lost them kind of in needless ways. I mean, one Sherman will, I mean, probably you saw it there on the final edit. But one Sherman apparently was subject to bad pathing and got itself killed. And the other one got stolen due to the crew getting killed off and then was forced to be destroyed as it got taken by enemy forces. But yeah, I mean, none of them died in a straight up fight where, yeah, I was like, oh, well, yeah, you were better and you killed me. Like, he should basically have 3 Shermans right now to be able to fight this one Tiger. I mean, at least he picked up the kill on the Stuggy, so, you know, he hasn't had to deal with that forever. But yeah, Shermans aren't really that great against the Stuggy, and now he actually lost the AT gun as well. Another Sherman getting called in, so at least with 2, he has kind of a fighting chance, but not really. And he has 2 bazookas. One rifle squad has a flamethrower and a bazooka, so that's kind of good. Rifle squad down to 1 man. The assault Gren's almost finishing it off. Sherman trying to get some shots in there on the assault Grenadier squad, but getting shot by the pack gun, taking a lot of damage. The Tiger is currently engaging in the center against the other Sherman. The Sherman trying to sneak around and use the terrain to its advantage, trying to get some shots off on the rear of the Tiger. And the crew, the vehicle crew, has actually been alive all this time. Trying to capture that victory point. Devon definitely knows that the victory points are the key to success now at this point. He has lost too much and definitely cannot field a better army than Crazyman, especially not with the Tiger now. But if he can manage to sneak by and get those victory points going, he has them down to 50, so that's 300 points that he still is ahead. So we'll see. Sherman on the left-hand side, playing ring around the ruins with the Tiger. I mean, vehicle crew trying to retreat is going to have to retreat straight through the path of a Tiger, so that crew is dead. MG on top trying to get some shots, making them fires. Down goes the crew, and the other Sherman trying to make its way back to base to get some repairs going. Pops out in the same position where the other crew met its untimely demise and left a fully functional tank in the hands of the enemy. But yeah, I mean, Devim is not in great shape. Tiger does eliminate... No, actually not even the Tiger. That was a pack gun. Eliminates the Sherman. I guess I'll catch it just so you can see it in the moment of death. Sherman at the 30-minute mark, I guess. So the pack gun kills the other Sherman. The crew does stay alive, so that's, you know, small mercies, I suppose. And the other Sherman is now basically cut off from its base. The Tiger moving up to the front of the base is going to be eliminating the ambulance. And the crew needs to pop itself inside the tank, otherwise it's going to get killed off. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that sucks. The main gun is still offline. Needed to utilize the repair critical to try and keep it alive. Main gun and the engine, of course, are offline. So Devim just falling apart. We do see a white phosphorus barrage getting called in right into the center as Crazyman is trying to cap the points. It doesn't look like that, but well, Devim being really good at abandoning ships, abandoning its vehicles right before they die, so it keeps his crews alive. And those SMGs are trying as best as they can, but he's just falling apart here. Another elite rifle squad or veteran rifle squad getting called in, but even a Stuggy gets called in for Crazyman because he knows he's in a winning position right now. The Tiger has pretty much dealt with all the opposition as far as enemy tanks goes, so the Stuggy can be called in to help against the infantry without really much of an issue. Of course, you can't call in another Tiger, because remember, you can only field one heavy tank, but yeah, I mean, he is in great shape. Right-hand side, rifle squad getting harassed by a Tiger, managing to get themselves behind a pack gun, which is kind of nice, but yeah, I don't see Devim coming back from this one, so very nice for Crazyman. I think he pulled it off. It was very fortuitous for him, you know, in certain situations with those Shermans. Like, the way that he got rid of two of the Shermans seems to be what ended up throwing the game, you know, in his direction. While the grenade goes off, Panzer Grenadier Squad gets eliminated in the center as the rifles will be capping the point. Stuggy moves up to engage. Right-hand side, the Tiger manages to do a lot of damage to that one left rifle. Well, that rifle squad with only one man left. GG, says gardened up so hard. Not sure what he means by gardened. But GG, well played by Crazyman, and he throws in the towel. Yeah, I mean, he just lost too much. And yeah, losing those Shermans, that was, like, the Sherman over here in the center, that was kind of needless, and that may have just completely sealed the game. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.